Friends, we are very happy to inform you that e-modules are prepared for B.Ed program at Telangana by the School of Education, Osmania University under Pandit Madan Mohan Malaviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching Scheme MHRD New Delhi. It's indeed our pleasure to share with the teacher educators and the prospective teachers and get maximum benefit out of it. It's a first of its attempt by us. We continue to add many more such lessons to share with you all.
Hello everyone, I am Reshma Hassan, working as an assistant professor in Princess Doreshwar College of Education. Today our topic is academic standards in biological science. Here, as we know, the standards are very important for the successful teaching and the achievement for the students. Now let us know what are the introduction of academic standards. Academic standards are the benchmarks for quality and excellence in education, such as the rigor of curricular and difficulty of examination. The extension of higher education to an increasingly large proportions of the population has led to the concern that this has resulted in the dilution of the academic elite and so caused a lowering of academic standards. The creation of universal academic standards requires agreement on rubrics, criteria or other systems of coding academic achievements. At colleges and universities, faculty are under increasing pressure from administrators to award students good marks and grades without regard for those students' actual abilities, both to keep those students in school paying tuition and to boost the school's graduation ranks. Students should often use course evaluations to criticize any instructor who they feel has been making the course too difficult, even if an objective evaluation would show that the course has been too easy. It is very difficult to find a direct correlation between the quality of the course and the outcome of the course evaluation. That's why the academic standards were made. Let us know about the academic standards. According to the NCF 2005, RTE 2009 and APSCF 2011, students are expected to achieve the academic. They should, with this standard, they should be able to explain the concepts observed or studied, and they should also be able to explain an incident, and they should also be able to explain the activity happened using the appropriate scientific terms. So, the student should be able to understand the information collected or studied from others through rational thinking and explaining them by adding their own conceptual understanding. So, each standard or the standards are specified for the class. Here we see the following academic standard. The first one, there are about 7 academic standards in biological science. The first one is the conceptual understanding. Here in conceptual understanding, it indicates how best the students has understood the concept. Conceptual understanding includes explaining, classifying, analyzing, giving examples, reasons to the natural phenomena. In this, under the conceptual understanding, let us first take explaining. In the explaining process, the student should be able to explain the concepts observed or studied, and they should also be able to explain any incident or any phenomena or any activity they have done for any phenomena. So, they should be able to understand the information or receive from others through rational thinking and explaining them. And here we see they should also be able to distinguish the difference among things in a group. That means they should be able to classify them. Classify can be the next subtopic under conceptual understanding. Here they should be able to classify things based on the similar properties or the differences, and they should have the ability to identify the similarities in the things. They should be able to explain the basis and procedure followed to classify the things. So, this was a subtopic of conceptual understanding. The next comes under this only analyzing. So, for analyzing, they should be able to elaborate an incident or a situation in one's own words, and they should have the ability to give the logical reasons for the concepts in an orderly way. So, analyzing the principles, equations, experimental results and identifying them will come under analyzing. Under conceptual understanding, the one more sub point can be giving examples. The children should be able to give examples about what they have learned. Now, here the children should be able to explain their phenomena or whatever they have learned through a diagram, and they should explain through the diagram by putting all the important steps in that thing. Suppose if they have understand the water cycle, so they should be able to kept it in a proper way while showing the water cycle or explaining it. So, here we see for water cycle we are having many things like condensation, precipitation, collection, then transpiration and evaporation. So, these are the few steps of the water cycle, and they should be able to put them in order and explain it. And for the plants also, they should know how germination takes place. What is the cycle which goes on for the germination of seeds? You can see in the diagram how they can explain it by showing the diagram. This was one of the example of conceptual understanding. Next, under that, already we have done about classifying and analyzing. Here one example I have taken about classifying. If we give them about invertebrates, they should be able to put the animals under each group under invertebrates. Like invertebrates is again divided into protozoa, coelenterata, flatworms, arthropoda, annelid worms, mollusk and echinoderms. So, seeing this, they should be able to say what animal comes under which phylum. That is called as invertebrates, and they know how to classify that thing. This comes under again conceptual understanding. Now, here under conceptual understanding, they should also be able to give reasons about what they have understand. After doing the experiment, the results, why did they get the result, they should be able to give reason behind it. So, they should be able to explain the experimental results, the various concepts, phenomena, etc. with reasons. And under that, they should also be able to identify a relation based on causes for action and reaction. Explaining observation based on reasons or causes. Any observation by the child should be explained by giving one cause or reason. This comes again under conceptual understanding. The last one under that is forming mental images. To understand an abstract concept which cannot be comprehended through direct experiences, through forms, logical reasoning and by forming mental images. Using the mental images thus formed in a new situation when needed. So, the student by conceptual understanding, he should be able to form mental images in his mind. There is one example given here how a mental image can be formed. When one orange person color which what he thinks about an apple, he do not have any idea about apple. So, there is a blank one in his mind, but one person may think that an apple is green in color and it is the shape in like that. So, he makes the image like that, and the other one may think that it is red in color and the shape will be like that, that is one mental image of the person. So, like that mental images can be formed by understanding the concept. Now, the second academic standard is asking, questioning and making hypothesis. This is also one of the important standard by which the children should reach some objectives here. The first one is under this, to have the ability to observe the things with curiosity and enthusiasm, and then asking the critical questions and various concepts. Here they should have the ability to design the questions also, to collect the information, to observe and to interview. Since questioning is nature of the children and since it is the key to exploration and research, this should be developed in them so that they are enabled to make hypothesis. Hypothesis is nothing but some assumption of any concept. So, to predict results by thinking in advance, critically about solutions to problems. Forming hypothesis and prediction results while doing experiments and observation. So, generally they ask questions only and make hypothesis when they are doing some experiments and observing that experiment. This was the second academic standard in biological science. The third one is experimentation and field investigation. Here you see they should be able to choose the required apparatus for a particular experiment, they should be able to set it up, and then they should be able to observe, record, analyze, conclude and give the generalization. You will see what they are doing in observing. So, the children in observing stage, they should have the ability to acquire the information through sensory organs, observing a thing, an event, incident or a phenomena. Here they should also be put that data or whatever they have observed, the different events in a sequential order. And in recording, the student should be able to record the observations in a table or in a notebook. In again analyzing, under this, they should be able to elaborate an incident or a situation in their own words. And they also should be able to give logical reasoning behind those concepts. Here they also identify the right and wrong notions based on proofs. And then concluding, announcing the results of the experiments conducted to verify the hypothesis is concluding. So, all these things they learn under experimentation and field investigation. These are the achievements by which the third academic standards can be reached. Now, the fourth academic standard is information, skills and projects. Here we see in the course of learning, the children have to collect a lot of information using the different sources or methods, and they should be able to classify the information collected, make tables of the classified information and write their own report analyzing the tables thus made. Here they should, while collecting the information, they should also be able to respect other cultures, others' opinions, various living conditions while collecting the information. And they should be empathetic with the environment and to be ready to take responsibilities. They should also work with others, sharing and be helpful. So, this academic standard will teach them how to collect information and what sources they can use. Now, next under this only comes the project work. Project is an activity in which children choose a problem and follow a systematic procedure to find solution of it. Now, this is useful to make use of the innate abilities and creative talents of the child. Waiting with patience and tolerance until the results are attained. Here to act as a leader as well as a follower in a group. Generally the project works are done in groups and one can be a leader and all should have that capacity to be a leader and also the member of that group. And here in project work they should write the reports and exhibit it. And in this academic standards they develop tolerance, patience, teamwork, cooperative spirit and group work. So, these are the things they learn under academic standard 4, that is information, skills and projects. Coming to the fifth academic standards, communication through drawing and model making. After they understand the lesson through conceptual understanding, they should be able to explain the process or the phenomena or the concept by using a diagram. Then only this academic standard will be achieved. Here they explain by drawing the pictures, the expression through pictures, marking the part of the picture and all comes under this. Here drawing pictures showing the arrangement of the apparatus and drawing pictures of what is seen under the microscope also. And under this standard they also will be able to draw block diagram, flow charts and classification tables. And they can express the innovative ideas through creative pictures, models by creating the alternative desired or implemented tools. Last but not the least, they should also be able to express the information gathered graphically using the bar graphs, pie charts, etc. So, these are the different tools by which they can develop this reach this academic standard. Here you can see one of the diagram of a nerve, how children can show the different activities or different functions of the nerve through the diagram by drawing it and labeling it. This is about the 5th academic standard, communication through drawing and model making. Coming to the 6th academic standard, appreciation and aesthetic sense or value. Here aesthetic sense, generally we have to talk that love for nature. They should be able to appreciate nature, and this is also very important in biological science. Here we see they should be able to develop a conceptual spirit and wisdom or courage to accept the failure and success alike. They should develop the characteristics like a sense of appreciation or accepting reality. Appreciating the scientists and their efforts can be one of the point under this appreciation and aesthetic sense. And they should also be able to participate in science seminars and science clubs. And they should also develop the skill of appreciating the uniqueness in biotic and abiotic concepts in nature. And by designing the pamphlets, writing the slogans and poems, they can show their appreciation and aesthetic sense for nature. This was the 6th academic standard in biological science. Next comes 7th academic standard, application to daily life or concern to biodiversity. Under this, they should know the importance of environment. Here they recognize the importance of biodiversity in their surroundings. They make efforts to protect the environment and preserve biodiversity. They recognize the fact that every living being has the right to live. Here they also have an awareness of nature and environment and behave responsibly. They also show special attention for the endangered species in nature. They applied the acquired knowledge in a new situation in day-to-day life. And to be conscious of the fact that nature is not the sole property of humans and that they are just a part of nature. So many things they learn when they achieve this academic standard, application to daily life or concern to biodiversity. Let us summarize what we have learned today. Learning is to go on extending the experiential orbit. It was said by James Carroll. Teaching learning activities should be such that they help rather to form new concepts, replacing the old ones or strengthen them. The study of the science should develop in children the competence to understand the laws and principles of nature and surroundings and to use them when needed. And this is the purpose of academic standards. In assignment, 2 questions we can learn here. How many academic standards are there in teaching learning of science? Name them. The second question may be explain in detail any 2 academic standards. So, as a science teacher, I should know all the standards very well and should see that they are applied when I am teaching in the class. And then comes to FAQs, the frequently asked questions. One can be, what is the purpose of academic standards? Answer may be, the standards spell out what students are expected to learn in each grade and each subject. These standards become the basis for the way teachers are trained, what they teach and what is on state standardized test that students take. Second question is, how do standards help in the classroom? Standards ensure better accountability. They hold the teachers and schools responsible for what goes on in the classroom. The practice of aligning learning to standards also helps ensure that a higher level of learning is attained, guides the teachers in the process of assessment and helps keep them on track. The third question, what does it mean to fully assess a standard? In education, the term standard based refers to systems of instruction, assessment, grading and academic reporting that are based on students. So, these are few FAQs. By this we end the lesson. Hope you understand. Thank you.